Want to know more about the Queensland nomination criteria for 190 and 491? Well, let's find out. Hi, this is Nish from Professional Visa and Education Services, your immigration lawyer, and also my agent since 2015. Where Queensland has been quite lenient, or I would say quite consistent when it comes to the nomination requirement for 190 and 491. Even for this year, they have got a similar kind of requirements in comparison to last year. Little bit of a change is they have their own specific occupation list that we need to follow. Obviously, looking at the specific list for, well, not just Queensland, for any states or territory, you can imagine the construction, education, health allied sectors takes the priority, of course. But again, there are other occupations that you can have a look in the website to find out whether or not your occupation is treated as priority list for Queensland. Now, Queensland has opened the application process for prospective migrants for onshore, which is people living in Queensland, and for offshore. But again, there are certain pathways, but the main pathways that I wanted to talk about today is the working in Queensland pathway. For 190, you need to have minimum 65 points, which is a no-brainer. That's the minimum requirements for any expression of interest for general skilled migration visa anyway. Now, the applicant must have been living and working in Queensland for at least 9 months for 190. The work experience must have been completed after obtaining your qualification in the nominated occupation that has a 3-digit ANSCO code. And the employment should be minimum 20 hours. Now, the frequently asked questions is, now, what is the casual work okay? Well, definitely this is all okay. Casual work is absolutely fine. Can I merge the multiple eligible jobs to combine to meet the requirements? You can definitely do that as well. So work from home is allowed as well. Where your employer has a physical presence in Queensland, work from home is also okay for Queensland government. Now, for the 491 criteria for Queensland, it's exactly the same, just that you have to be living and working in regional Queensland for 6 months. Now, again, the work experience classification is about 3-digit ANSCO code. Now, in terms of 3-digit ANSCO code, a lot of people might have questions about what is this occupation. Now, if you look at your occupation in Department of Home Affairs website occupation list, and if it comes with the particular ANSCO code, so what it basically means is that it's a group of that occupation. So if you go further down in terms of researching about that group, there are some other alternative titles for your occupation. It doesn't have to be called directly your nominated occupation, but there are alternative occupations and titles. So what essentially government is saying is, as long as you're working in a closely related occupation, you're absolutely fine when it comes to applying for 190 and 491 ROI. Now, once you've been selected in ROI, obviously you have to prove the government with all the evidence or requirement to back up your claims. And if it all matches, then obviously you'll get the invitation, then you apply for the visa application. Graduate pathways for 190, 491 is fairly simple. Obviously, you have to be, graduating from Queensland, and the 9 months criteria and the 6 month criteria is there. It's fairly simply stipulated in the Queensland website, but the more is the employment pathways, which is again simplified in this video for you to go and watch again. Now, thanks for watching. Keep sharing and keep following us in social media. I'll be back again with more news in future. Thank you. Bye-bye.